And real quick, Amir, we're gonna start over real fast that way because we got a few people that joined in. Uh, and so we want to welcome everybody to the new show. This is a new show called Richmond Creators and Small Businesses. Give you the opportunity to tune in with the local creative people, uh, local small businesses, local entrepreneurs that's doing things. And definitely would love to have, if you're a business, if you're a creative mind, you're an artist or something like that, get in touch with me. Love to have you on the show as well. And tonight we have new artists. I wouldn't even say new artists because to me, I know him. I've interviewed him before. I've had him on other shows before, but he definitely is a new sound to the area. He's a new sound to radio. Uh, and so we definitely love to highlight those that's doing some great things. And he's definitely one of those doing some great things, has some great music as well. And his name is Amir. And so we're glad to have him here tonight. Amir
Glad to
Jackson.
be here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chris C. Dub, man. I'm glad to be here. Congratulations on the new show, the new platform. I was definitely going to be here for it. What I'm saying? Just like you said, we got an opportunity to kick it off back before in the past. And, just like I told you then, man, you were solid from there. So you already got my blessing on anything moving forward. So, the support is 100% genuine coming from me, man. So definitely glad to be on the platform and kick things off with you for sure.
For sure. And so let's jump back into it again. We were just talking about your new EP that you're dropping. Perspectiva Ars.
Yeah. So Perspectiva Ars, man, the art and science of perspective. It's Latin. I wanted to convey a message in this project that was true to me and true to what I feel and how I express things. I didn't want it to come across as anything beyond my strict point of view on certain things. And it might not be as clear cut when you first listen to everything, but I kind of like to play on words and stuff like that. So if really dive deep into it, you'll get a good insight into what my opinion and viewpoint is on how people can view things. You know what I'm saying?
And I have to say, Amir, that when I saw the name of it the first time I saw it, I said, man, he's going kind of deep. I said, and you get a lot of new, especially when you get new artists, you get some of the album names be the craziest thing, you know what I mean? Something straight from the block or something, you know what I'm saying? Or hood shit or something like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? So for you to even have elevated your mind, what took you there and what made you want to go that deep with even the title?
I mean, when I create, man, I honestly like if I'm gonna put any type of product out there, I guess I would say, or just strictly from like an artist standpoint. Like if you're an artist out there and you creating, like just be genuine about it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're genuine about it, I feel like that comes across a lot more easier to recognize. You know what I'm saying? I think, and it's a lot easier to be genuine. It's just easier to tell your story, tell the truth. Like you ain't got to sit there and make up shit. You ain't got to, try to think of something crazy that's never been said before. Like you really just replaying everything that you already experienced. So,
Right,
uh,
right.
my mindset has always already been, I've always been like a deep thinker. You know what I'm saying? I've always wondered why and ask questions. Well, why this? Why that? And when you tell me that answer, I'm gonna ask you, well, why is that the answer? You know what I'm saying? So I've always just kind of thought that way. So I think that kind of played a big part into, the title of it just being the age that I am and the things that I've went through in life so far and what I've seen and the relationships that I've built, that I've lost, that I'm currently in, that I, what I'm saying, trying to repair, things of that nature. It's just it all kind of boiled down to like, okay, well, what's the way that I can title what I'm trying to encompass? What's the way that I can put a name, put a brand on?
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Oh, it's it got you playing in the background.
You see me, but
The music, this radio love you, man. I can't get you out. I ain't pressed the button. It started playing.
but
So
but no, it's more of a mindset that I've always had. You know what I'm saying? It was, I guess you could say it's a culmination of everything that I've seen and experienced up until this point, and me
Okay.
just wanting to give the project that I put together something catchy, obviously, something intriguing, something that you probably haven't seen before. But it being the exact same thing or something that you experience every single day, like you've never seen Perspective of Ars probably, or didn't know what it was or the origin of language. But when you break it down and get the true meaning of it, now you see that this is something that you've been doing and going through your whole life every single day. So, you know, how you look at the world between your two eyes is your perspective. So, I thought that was, you know, just a kind of good play on words, a good, you know, kind of attention grabber. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, especially now in the time that we're in, we got the Black Lives Matter movement going on. And I think that's definitely important, you know what I mean, that people are more in tune and grabbing, taking this perspective and really even questioning themselves on their viewpoints. So I
Right.
definitely think that was something that was definitely needed, man. And I definitely love that title, man, because it had me thinking a lot. So with that saying, one of the things I wanted to ask you about was what's some of your goals as far as being the new artist. You got some dope music that's coming out. What's some of the goals that you created for yourself? And
Um, I mean, really, at this point, one of my biggest goals is just more exposure. You know what I'm saying? Just
okay,
giving people the opportunity to hear what I'm providing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a very key point. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will understand that. But I think it gets overlooked by a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? They feel like it's such a well-known step or such a minor step or such a duh type of thing that you're supposed to do that you just kind of gloss over it and you try to do all these other things and none of this other stuff ever works for you. You know what I'm saying? Because your foundation was never there. You know what I'm saying? You had nothing to build on.
correct.
So um, I got a small platform right now. Like my platform is probably like a 4x4 type deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But just trying to add to that platform. I'm trying to build, my pieces up. I'm trying to get more ears, more eyes on me. And it's been a tricky time, and I'm not just like, I'll be honest, I'm not like a in your face type of guy. I'm not like the guy that you finna see flashy running around posting all my meals and what I do 24/7. Like that's not really me. But
right,
at the
right.
same time, I understand what has to be done and certain things like that. But that's why I just try to keep it natural, man. Stay genuine, because when you do that, people are naturally going to hear you. The people that have heard you are naturally going to want to spread your music. You know what I'm saying? Spread your craft. Like I big up all my partners that you know what I'm saying that I feel like I'm putting out good content, be it whatever it is. Graphics,
Mhm.
radio shows, whatever it is, like I'm just supporting because I feel like you got a good product. So if somebody feels like I have a good product, the same should happen, and that's what the laws of numbers say, right? So that's been my main focus, my main goal so far, and just
Cool, cool.
just backing out of everything else and just zoning in on that.
Right, right, right. And if you're on Instagram Live right now, I want to let you know that you can go over to the Facebook page. If you're on Instagram Live right now, you can go over to the Facebook page, Richmond Creators and Small Businesses. That way you can join in and you can see me and Amir, you know what I'm saying, and as one on the screen. So definitely appreciate you for tuning in. But if you have the ability to go to Facebook, just find the page, Richmond Creators and Small Businesses, and you got us locked in. That way you can check out Amir at the same time as well. Uh, so yeah, Amir. So what's something that what I'm saying, that because the independent, a lot of artists are going into the independent game right now. Uh, how do you think the indie game has kind of changed in a sense, but since the I would say the 90s, you had a lot of artists that was going into major labels, and then in 2000s you started seeing a break from major to more independent, but big independents. And now that we're in the 2020, the last couple of years, you're seeing an influx of just strictly independent artists from the entry level to even major level. So what's something that you see in the indie game that's advantage in that way, and why is it something that you plan to stay in, or you looking to maybe go to a major?
The biggest difference is technology. That's what it was. The ease of technology provided people with the ease of access to other people. Back in the day,
Right,
you had to, when it was cowboys and Indians, you had to get on a horse or send somebody on a horse with a
okay,
letter that you wrote, and they had to go, gallop across the country just to get a message from Cali to New York. And then as
right, right,
time evolved, that took a week, a month, or whatever, however long that took. You know what I'm saying? So you do that, and then you would fast forward a couple hundred years, you get telephones now. Now you can, or you get Morse code or whatever the little anagram things was that first came out, and now you can send messages a little bit quicker. And then, so
right.
now we got internet, and we
Are
got.
you a tech? Are you a big tech person?
I guess you could say so, bro. I got about like a million computers in my room right now, so I guess you could say so. But I mean, technology is where it's at, bro. Like technology is definitely the future. And
Technology is huge.
yeah, and I think if you really take advantage of the internet, there's nothing you can't learn. I'm not gonna say it's nothing you can't do, but it's nothing that you can't learn. Like there's definitely gonna be something that you can learn by hopping on the internet, man, and just searching for it. And, like all the answers be there. You know what I'm saying? Like they really do, and you just got to go look for it and apply it. Like you really don't even need school. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really want to learn something, like if you know how to read, you know how to search. You got
Yeah.
the key. You just got to make it get in the door and unlock it, man. So that's been the biggest change in my opinion, and that's why you see so many indie artists now, because now I don't need to go to a big studio and do this, that, and the third, because now I have access to this new information, for one, that you guys have put out. So now I'm taking advantage of the new information, all the tips that y'all have been keeping secret and you only got at the studio, the manuals and all this stuff. Now the books is online. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go to the college to get the mastering book. I can go online and download the free PDF. Now I
Right,
got the
right.
mastering book. You know what I'm saying? So technology, that's all possible because of technology, and people smart enough to know to take advantage of that too at the
And
same time.
yeah, and I see a lot of artists even that leave the music game, or not that some a lot, and it's a lot. I won't say that leave, but a lot of artists that are part of the music game even getting into the tech world separate from music. Is that something you interested in doing?
Definitely, because it's so. I'll be honest with you, music wasn't my first love. Like graphic design and video game design was my first love. You know what I'm saying? Storytelling. And so storytelling kind of evolved into where I'm at now. But you see me posting up 3D renders and stuff like that all the time. Things I'm starting to get into, you know what I'm saying, starting to explore, but I can see why. Because if you're an artist and you're indie and you're really trying to put your all into this, eventually you're gonna buy your own microphone, because you're gonna get tired of going to the studio, or you're not gonna always be able to go to the studio. So you're gonna buy your microphone. In
Right,
order
right.
for your microphone to sound right, you're gonna have to buy your interface. And then the chain of events just start to trickle down to eventually now you know how to mix and master and engineer, and now you're creating your own graphics and your cover art, and now you want your cover art to look like they cut, the good cover art that's out there, not the Virgil cover art that you're getting for 250s. You know what I'm saying? You want some legit cover art. So now you accessing, you teaching, you learning all these things, and then you see how many different ways you can be getting paid and how you can make money doing all these different things. Like damn, I would have to normally pay for a mix, a master, a recording session. I would have to pay for a cover art. I would have to pay for promo. I would have to pay for this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And now you start learning how to do all that on your own, and now you start charging other people to do all that, and now you're like, oh,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Okay, now I see what's going on, and that's why I feel like you probably probably every person that's in the professional industry at one point in time wanted to be, the center of attention, superstar, and wanted to be on the big stage. And for whatever reasons, they transition into something else, but still got to do something that they love, and you know what I'm saying, and be close to home with it. So I could definitely see me transitioning into something, you know what I'm saying, just as lucrative and as fun, and still being able to maintain my creative input, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, for sure.
Most definitely. So I like to ask, because you are indie artists, what are the challenges that indie artists face, man?
Being indie, for one, is like a stigma to that kind of, I guess you could say.
Did you have any, let's say, like with the making of the last EP that you did, the 3-Point Play, and now with the perspective of, let's say, if you was on the major label and creating those same 2 albums, what the differences would have been as far as, what challenges did you face that you think you may have not faced if you had that big block behind you?
Time.
That's probably one of the biggest.
Time.
And why
when you got a whole machine, a whole corporation working behind you, working for you, you got all the time in the world to just be creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'd love to just create and write songs all day, but I can't because I gotta put it all together. You know what I'm saying? I gotta put it into a package for everybody. So as an indie artist, if you had a whole machine like that behind you, you would have so much more time. And to me, that's crazy to me because it's like, but I get it though. But that's why I probably would stay indie. I mean, I feel like I could fade both of them honestly. Like I could put 5 years in on a label, like even right now. Like that's nothing for me. Like how many albums you need? You want 10? You want 2 a year? I got you. It's no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I got you. But I can stay indie too, you know what I'm saying, and still be able to, if I still have like a machine behind me, if I get like, because like it's like you see these artists and they get signed and then like maybe their first couple of albums is dope, you know what I'm saying, but then or maybe probably like that first album is dope, and then or it probably don't even be as dope as like the indie stuff. It'd probably be like some okay, that was cool, we'll let you pass, you know what I'm saying, right. Like how many indie artists do you hear that get on, make it, and just drop heat for like 4, 5, 6 years straight? You know what I'm saying? Like that don't never happen. And I be wondering like why that don't happen. Like you got all the time in the world, but you really don't got all the time in the world because now the label got you ripping and running all across the world, making their money back. So I can see why, you know what I'm saying? Then by the time you get burnt out because you done did a million shows, you ain't getting no sleep, you getting told to go this way and that way. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, like that wouldn't work for me. I'll be honest with you. Like I try it out. I try to keep up with you know what I'm saying? If the bag is right, then I'ma fade it, you know what I'm saying? But if it gets to the point where it's like some normal everyday job stuff and you feel like you just getting worked to death, you know what I'm saying, for no reason, and you really getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah, because you hear that with a lot of artists as well that went from major back to independent. As far as you get 2 sides, you get a lot of times you either get getting pimped with the record deal, or some kind of way they was getting pimped that way, or they was just not getting no kind of like major support. They had them on the label, but they wasn't supporting their project. They wasn't putting them. They wasn't pushing production. I mean, advertising, marketing.
They don't put no promo behind you. Yeah, so like that'll happen too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to get shelled on nothing either. You know what I'm saying? So like I wouldn't go into a situation where I felt like I'm not finna be like putting in work and everything finna be behind me. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but you got to know how to read a contract too. Like if you don't know how to read your contract and don't know how to like amend your contract and like scratch shit out and write what you want in the contract, like that's what a contract is for. It's an agreement between two people. Like you have input on this contract too, you know what I'm saying? So like you gotta like trust yourself and be able to like understand that like that's some normal business type shit, is to be able to like come back and be like, hey, well, this will work for me if we do it this way, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't really
Right.
like soil, but I can do this for you, and you know what I'm saying, we can adjust these numbers to make it look like this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I would approach a situation if I seen some shit that I wasn't all the way 100 with. So like I don't have a problem with being smart and signing with a label because they really take all the pressure off of you at that point. You know what I'm saying? But at the same
Yeah.
time, if you got a fan base and you code with it, and like you done learned how to move and like you know what I'm saying, you got that it factor, you know what I'm saying? Then like, yeah, do what you do because now you really finna work on your own time, you know what I'm saying? You make your own schedule, you show up when you want to show up, you answer when you want to answer, you know what I'm saying? You determine the price, the money coming right to your hands, and you paying your people off directly from your pocket. So
Mm-hmm.
you ain't the last man in line doing all the work like you were on the label. You know what I'm saying? All these other people got to get paid first before you get paid, and you the man doing all the work. Or
True.
you the center of attraction. You ain't doing all the work, but you know what I'm saying, you the cash cow. Shit.
Yeah, you
But
cash out.
it all equal out though. You know what I'm saying? That's why you making millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So
And
it all equal out.
so with that, because you get a lot of a flood of artists. You know what I mean? You getting a flood of artists. How does you being the artist, an independent artist, what is your take on artist integrity? And what I mean by that, I mean by an artist representing the true him or an image of what he thinks people want to hear.
For me,
Because you know how that shit goes.
yeah, I like
You
I'm
got
being
all
honest with you. I like both. I like both. I like somebody who has perfected their craft. I really don't care what you're doing. You could
okay.
be figure skating. You could be a chess player. You know what I'm saying? You could be a bodybuilder. I don't really care what you do, but if I could tell that you was like way ahead of the rest of these niggas, like that's when you gain my respect because I know you don't put in some hours. You know what I'm saying? Once I know you don't
True.
put in them hours, like it don't really matter to me what it is that you're doing because as long as it's on like that high standard level that I'm gonna hold you to. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how I
It
feel too. Uh, I
is.
do believe an artist does need to have some truth into some of the stuff he's putting out there, or able to at least be real about the situation when it comes to terms. You know what I mean? To be able to man up to certain situations, but I do
Yeah,
think that's part of music. We've been had that since the beginning. You know, one of the right now one of the biggest artists outside of I would say 6ix9ine, who got glamorized because of the way it went with his the image that the image that he put out, and the real him. Although it's been glamorized, I think one of the biggest artists that actually survived that was Rick Ross. Uh, and so I don't
do
think
it
it's
all the time, bro. It don't even like it go way back. It's like
yeah,
everybody has done this. Like
yeah. Everybody done it. So
probably the very first artist ever, the very first human that was like, I'm finna entertain somebody else with song and rhythm. He was
yeah,
probably bullshitting like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like that's what being an artist is. Like you creating from nothing. You taking nothing
yeah.
and you creating something. You know what I'm saying? Like so to me, like that's why I say I like both because to me, I'm an artist first. I grew up drawing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking a clean sheet of paper that got nothing on it. I'm taking my shit and I'm drawing something, and now it got something on it. I just created something that did not
Correct.
exist before I decided to put my pen to pad. You know what I'm saying? So
Correct.
I have that. You know what I'm saying? That's me putting on a show, putting on a performance. Same thing if I, but at the same time, you still like. That's why I said like you want to have a level of, like you said, a level of realism to what you're saying and what you're doing and what you're putting out. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you can buy into both sides. Like 6ix9ine, for instance. Like I did
Mhm.
not believe that he was anything about what his songs was about. Like never, not once did I say that he might really. Never, not once. Never even. I knew he was. It was all cap from the beginning. I didn't care. You know why? Because the songs was hot. them hoes was hidden. In my opinion, them hoes was hidden. I fucked with them. You know what I'm saying? And I fucked with the way that you was able to not be from the streets and really finesse your way into some shit. And but you nigga, you start making millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All the behind the door scene shit and all the other shit. I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't with them. I know what I would have did behind the scenes and all the door shit if I had millions in front of my face and what I was finna try to do. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't sitting down for 30 years for them niggas. I'm gonna tell you that much. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely not doing that. But you gotta just and then you got your Nipsey Hustles, you got your fucking your Tupacs, you got your fucking your Biggie Smalls, you got your fucking I don't even want to say Jake, you got your Kendrick Lamars, you know what I'm saying? Like you got your artists, your Freddie Gibbs, you got your artists that keep that shit real all the time, you know what I'm saying? And that shit's needed too, you know what I'm saying? I need a nigga to just keep that shit, but I'm not in the same mood every day, all day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not always mad. I'm not always sad. I'm not always trying to turn up on somebody. I'm not always trying to go hit a lick. I'm not always trying to, you know what I'm saying, be chill and max. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, my shit go up and down like everybody else is. So
A lot
I
of
feel like
it,
I feel like all of this needed, you know what I'm saying?
a lot of times it is just trends.
Exactly. It's just whatever's going on at the moment type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's been and that's crazy because like it make you feel like that word tradition don't really hold no more weight. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Right,
like
right.
you everything that happens today is like it's happening because it's happening today. You feel me? Like it's not happening because this is something that we've been doing. This stuff is happening because it's happening today. We dress like this because we dress like this today. We rap like this because we rap like this today. The beats that you hear sound like this because that's what people who make beats today sound like. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not something that's been going on. This isn't a tradition of sound. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a tradition of life. Like we adapt and we change every single day. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Because it just show you how people keep evolving and how you don't never stop. You know what I'm saying? Like you just keep going. And at the same time, it's like damn, like you never really hold on to like them good moments that you could really relish in. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, but it just it's a beautiful ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta pick your poison type deal. And I think that's what kind of made life interesting, man. You know what I'm saying? There's never no right or wrong way to do something. You know what I'm saying? It's only the way that you chose to do it at that point in time. So, and people gonna make their opinion based off of what they perspective was. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I totally think you hit that on point, man. So you releasing the new music. Has that been exciting for you?
It's
Because you sent me the email and you told me that you was thinking about leaving that one track off. I said, man, he over there questioning the song, man, the music, man.
listen. That was honestly like a note to myself, and I had put on there because like I didn't
I'll tell you, man, that was one of my favorite ones, bro. I said, man, this boy tripping, man.
I ain't gonna lie. When I went, like, as soon as I typed that and sent it to myself, and then like I went back and listened to it, and I was like, I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah,
tripping.
you tripping, man.
Yeah, I was tripping. You know what I'm saying? I had overthought that one, but uh, yeah, it's been a good feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? To kind of get back in the groove of things. I kind of been just really just been chilling. You know what I'm saying? Lately, uh, like I said, just trying to maintain mental health. You know what I'm saying? Maintain my environment. You know what I'm saying? And what I got going on, and you sometimes you don't feel I wouldn't say comfortable, but I guess comfortable would be the word. Just you know what I'm saying, zoning out like that and tuning the whole world out, like because that's how I get. You know what I'm saying, like I'll zone out, I'll tune the whole world out, whatever's going on, and then I'll just get in my zone. You know what I'm saying, and it'll just be straight music for however long I decide to do it. You know what I'm saying, and when that happens, a lot can get blocked out. So with everything that was kind of going on, and just the climate that we in right now, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to really detach from the world so much. So and there was a couple other things that kind of played into, this. I was going to drop this project a while ago, really like right before the coronavirus and shit hit. But so it was just a kind of culmination to kind of put like a gray cloud kind of over everything, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a bittersweet, but I wanted to get it out. Like I've been sitting on it for a while. I wanted to get it out. I've listened to it a million times, and every time I listen to it, it's like, man, it's just like it's the perfect. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there.
It's nice. It's crisp. You definitely, have some great production on it, and you definitely have a way to tell stories. Like, one of the things you had said was in Dead President, you was like, I love to read, so that's why I like to tell stories. And I think that people who are readers and people who love to read definitely are able to tell stories, definitely have a way of communication and communicating with others that some people don't, because of the capabilities of the words that you can use and the wide range of thought that you can create for your own self. And so I definitely think, man, you definitely got an A+ project going here, man. And I'm supporting, I'm pushing as much as I can. I didn't play it every week on the mix. I sneak the songs in. They don't even, you gotta tell me.
I appreciate you.
The songs in the mix. You don't have to tell me. It's just some people that they don't have to say, hey man, can you play my song? I'm playing it out anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because people need to hear it.
I appreciate you, man, for sure. And that's why I rock with you, man, because like I said, it'd be like that, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say like my focus is just to expose it to more people, you know what I'm saying? Because look at the joy it brings you, you know what I'm saying? And look at the vibe it gives you, you know what I'm saying? And that energy bounces off on me, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm absorbing that energy, and that's feeling me, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
I definitely appreciate that, man, for sure.
Yeah, in the mix. I'm playing it in the mix every week. What's up, Tatum? Everybody on Facebook, everybody on Instagram right now live. Definitely appreciate you tuning in. We got Amir Jackson here.
Yes,
Brand
sir.
new EP coming out, Perspectiva Ars. You want to tell them what that means again? Tell them what that means.
Yeah, man, the art and science of perspective. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways you can look at the same thing and draw different conclusions from. So just understand that, everybody might still have the same goal. You know what I'm saying? They just might be expressing it a little bit different than what you normally used to hearing or seeing. So stop killing black people, for sure.
Stop killing black people. Stop killing black people. So it's for the new artists that'll be tuning in and that'll check out the show, man. I'd like to give them a little list. Look, there's 3 things that you think you need to do before you try to release music, being an indie artist yourself. What's 3 things you think that you have to take into perspective or take in mind when you're getting ready to drop a new project for the masses?
You want to make sure it's a good project. One, you want and when I say good, that has an umbrella of other things. Like you want to make sure it sounds good. You want to make sure it's got a good build quality to it. Like you don't want to kind of be all over the place with it. You want it to be professional. You want to be able to stand up against, you know what I'm saying, the records that you hear out on the radio and what you think you sound like. You want it to really sound like what you think you sound like. So,
Right.
Making sure you're putting out a good product, number one. Number 2 is I would say having some type of plan of action as far as actually letting people hear it, you know what I'm saying? Or for forcing people to hear it, or putting it in places that are going to encourage people to go listen to it, or whatever the case may be. Like you're not releasing music to just not have anybody listen to it. Like if that was the case, you would not release it. You would just make it and listen to it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you're releasing this music to have other people actually go listen to it. So you just have a plan of action, no matter how big or small it is. No matter what your fan base is, if you got one person following you, listening to you faithfully, up to 1,000 people that'll listen to you and follow you faithfully. You know what I'm saying? Like you just the feeling is the same. You know what I'm saying? Like the process is the same. So you might as well get used to doing what you got to do at number one, because you're going to be doing that same thing at number 1,000. So you know what I'm saying? Just get used to doing that routine of, what's my plan of action? How am I going to put ears on this? I know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a flood like I always do. I'm gonna go in everybody's DM. I'm gonna let them know, hey, I just dropped a new project. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback on it. You know what I'm saying? How can I get better? What you like, what you don't like about it? You know what I'm saying? If this is bothering you, that me hitting you up randomly, letting you know I got something, just let me know, and I won't do it no more.
Right.
And that's all I do. You know what I'm saying?
And look, I'm glad you said that, because I was talking to somebody about that last week about flooding the DMs. Explain that, man, just real quick, just why you think that's important. Because
just talk to people, like talking to people. Somebody asked me that the other day. His partner I used to work with years ago when I was in Dallas. He was like, what's the good way of getting it out there? Like, bro, you got to talk to people. Like, you gotta interact with people. You can't, like, nobody gonna know who you are if you don't make yourself known. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody looking for a nobody. Ain't nobody looking for a ghost. Ain't nobody looking for somebody that they don't know exists. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So if you thought that was gonna happen, it's not. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird. Like I said, I'm an introvert type of person. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like talking to just random people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to know you, have a conversation with you, and then we can maybe build up on that. And even then, I'm still gonna, you know what I'm saying, keep you at arm's length just for some time to see how it play out. But if you're trying to be a people's person, you know what I'm saying, a person of the people, an entertainer or whatever, you know what I'm saying, trying to have mass amounts of people fund your projects, and you know what I'm saying, that's what they're doing. You're gonna have to interact with them people, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to feel some type of connection to you. They're gonna have to feel like you're a real person, like you exist, like you're not just hiding behind your keyboard or your pictures or your Instagram page, or hiding behind your number of followers you got. Like, nah, I'm a normal person just like you. Like, I might say some shit you don't like, just like a normal person that you come across might say. Or you might click off with me and we might become best bros and we didn't even know it because we like the same things, or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? But like, or maybe I just say hi, what's up to you, say, hey, what's up? Hey, you like this music? Yeah, this is pretty dope, man. I'll check you out, you know what I'm saying? I'll add it to a playlist or two, or you know what I'm saying? I'll keep an eye out on your page every so often. It's cool, man. Feel free to send me some stuff in the future, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody gonna give you a different response. It ain't gonna just be clear cut. Oh man, you're awesome. I'm the new fan. I'm gonna go stream everything you've ever put out. It don't go like that. You know what I'm
saying? You think that is due to a fear of that failure, or that fear that one person?
That's probably what it is, bro. Because I was in sales, you know what I'm saying. So like, I was as soon as I got out the military, I went straight to door-to-door sales. So like, at an early young age, I got taught to like hear a no, get door slammed in my face, get cussed out, get the fuck off my doorstep. What the fuck you doing here? All kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like hundreds of them, like a whole neighborhood, like before I just get one sale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's every day in the sun, in the heat, in the rain, in the snow. So like, I got used to hearing 100 no's before I got one yes, and then I understood how big that one yes paid off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it might not look like that right now because you think, oh, it's just one person, it's just one fan. But if they become a diehard fucking fan, bro, now they're gonna buy everything that you put out. They're gonna try to support you, everything that you put out. You know what I'm saying? Like, now
they're gonna tell everybody
that's what you was looking for. You was looking for a diehard fan. Now you just need to go find you another one, and then find you another one, and then find you another one. But you're gonna have to run through 100 people that's like, bro, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool. That's fine. 8, 9, 10 billion people on this motherfucking planet, bro. And the internet want to give me access to everybody. You know what I'm saying? The internet trying to get access to everybody. It's 10 billion people on this planet. You don't think I can't get 1 million of them people to say, yeah, your shit fire, bro?
Yeah. Bro. Man, I'm glad you said that, man. I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people need to hear that. it's a lot of people in the world, man, and we get so caught up in just this small circle of people that we
You trying to impress this small circle of people that already.
I mean, you think about
it, bro. Like, come on,
you got time. Just think about it. How many friends you got on your social media, Instagram, Facebook? You don't even see when you scroll your timeline. You don't even see a quarter of those people. So that means you need the footwork. It's all about the footwork.
You gotta put in that effort, bro. You gotta and this is what you supposed like. If you made it and you was famous, bro, like what you think your DMs would be looking like right now? A bunch of fucking fans trying to get your attention, trying to talk to you, trying to get you. What you think the successful artists be doing? Responding to their fans when they got time. Yeah, I'm responding to as many motherfuckers as I can. Hey, let you know. Hey, I know you just gotta keep it real. Hey, bro, I'm just hitting you back, let you know I seen your message. I appreciate the support, love and peace and happiness. I'm on the road working. Blessings to you. Nigga gonna fucking get that shit printed out, put it on a shirt, paint that hoe, nigga, put that hoe up in the Taj Mahal, nigga, for real, because that's your diehard fans. They're gonna appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? People don't they miss out on that opportunity, bro, and it's really weird that they would do that because it's like you do this to get fans, and you don't interact with people who could possibly become your fans. You know what I'm saying? You're scared to talk to your fans. You can't be scared to talk to your fans, bro. I mean, your fans.
Yeah, because you gotta, and it's about building those relationships. You know, building your brand up, building your name up, so that people, when they see it, they recognize, oh, that's a cool dude. Oh, he got it. Oh, that's a good product. You know what I mean? So,
and 9 times out of 10, it'd be somebody that's already doing something. You know, you're gonna meet like-minded people, so it's not like you meeting just like you're gonna be meeting people in the music industry that become your friends, that become your fan and your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just. Can't be scared to talk to people, man. Get out there, get in them DMs, introduce yourself. Don't be a dumbass about it. Don't be an asshole about it. You know what I'm saying? Just be real about it. Hey, I'm just a new coming artist trying to put some ears on my music, and don't be too big headed about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to. I always ask for feedback. Give me some feedback. If you like it, if you don't like it, just tell me something. What you don't like about it? My mix is trash. What my voice sucks. I sound like I'm lying. What I don't sound like I just ain't hitting that hoe, bro. Like what's up? Tell me. You feel me? Like let me know what's up. Because I need to know because that's what I'm gonna go attack and try to get better at. You can say I got bro, your flow hard than a bitch. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what am I not doing? You know what I'm saying? Why you don't think I sound like the best nigga you ever heard? You know what I'm saying? What kept you from saying like, bro, this the hardest shit I ever heard? I need to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Tell so and so about this. How come you didn't respond like that? Oh well, you know, that's how you get, and then you start building a conversation, and now these dudes just come on, man.
And do you think? As an indie artist, that it's important to try to brand with other artists as well as, you know, doing features, or you think it's important to just stay stick in your lane, do what you got to do, or do you think it is important to reach out to other artists as well? Because a lot of times you see artists not really supporting each other. So what's your take on that part of the end game?
Yeah, I don't know why artists don't support other artists, man. I think it's like a comparison type of deal, you know what I'm saying, or who got the right way type of deal. I don't care. Like if I like it, I'm gonna support it. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, I feel like you should support it. Like I can like you without you liking me. You feel me? Like I can say I feel like your music harder than a bitch. And you can be like, bro, yeah, I really don't fuck with your shit. That's not gonna make me be like, well, nigga, I fuck you and I don't fuck with your shit no more. Like, bro, I still fuck with your shit. Just because you don't like my shit, I'm not gonna change my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I don't know. I think that artists like for me personally, I think you should work with anybody that come across your plate. And I'm the type of person that's gonna work with the person that sound like garbage water to the person that sound like holy water. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, that person that sound like garbage water got somebody else that like their music. So that's just one more other person that could possibly hear me now that maybe ain't never heard me before. And now I got another fan, you know what I'm saying? So like that's how my mind be thinking. I'll be thinking of like numbers and stuff like that, mathematical wise, and you know what I'm saying, law of averages and stuff. So I'm just trying to touch every single body that I possibly can and then see what my pot look like at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking advantage of every opportunity that come across my plate in that sense of the matter. So yeah, I'm gonna work with anybody. Don't matter. if I kill you on your track, I kill you on your track. You can put it out if it go good, because you never know what other people like. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that I've learned is like you really never know what other people like. You know what I'm saying? So like, just because you think something sounds super trash, you know what I'm saying, don't necessarily mean a large group of other people not going to be listen to that and be like blown away by it. You know what I'm saying? So never take nothing like that for granted. And I came a long way. So, you know what I'm saying? And I know how I used to feel when I used to reach out to artists when I wasn't as talented as I am today. And just be like, bro, just give me a chance. Like, just give me. I'm not just asking you for a feature. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even asking you nothing out of your pocket. Like, you're a rapper, right? This is what you do. Like, just throw me a 16 real quick. And then it really didn't get that type of, you know what I'm saying, reciprocation and that I would give to artists that would reach out to me. Hey, bro, let me get something. I got you. They don't even put the song out. They don't even. I never heard it. It's been 2 years. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like you got it. You asked for it. I gave it to you. And you know what I'm saying? Let's work. Let's keep going. That's how. You know what I'm saying? That's how I view it. So I've never been like, oh, don't work with somebody. Now you're gonna run into weirdos and lanes, but that's some everyday type shit. You know what I'm saying? So for people who get caught up in complaining about that, like to me, you really like you already failing, you already losing, you already don't see the bigger picture because that's some everyday type shit. You just complaining about that shit, and that's some shit you gonna go through, no matter what you're trying to do. If you're trying to play football, if you're trying to be a doctor, you always gonna run into people like that. Like you should have been done learn how to adapt to that back in motherfucking kindergarten, nigga.
Yeah. So like you say, and a lot of times you get, songs that artists produce songs, they don't put the songs out, they work on projects, don't release the projects for whatever reason it may be. And sometimes it's due to finances. They're just not in the financial position to continue paying for all the studio time and all the stuff that it takes to actually create a project. And then sometimes it's just because their focus is not in the right position where they focused on only trying to impress people rather than trying to actually lump the bag in. And so I was watching a documentary about 50 Cent, and that's something that 50 was expressing like, hey, before you just start trying to impress everybody, try to make sure that at least the small steps you're taking are securing something for you. That way you're working towards something rather than you just super popular, but you're broke. And so what's your take on that as far as, when you see that with artists and other people in different businesses where they just so worried about impressing others that they're not actually really securing themselves financially or either securing like those relationships and stuff?
Yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing if you ain't got no money. I learned that the hard way. You know what I'm saying? I tried to do everything for free just because I knew I was talented, and y'all should fuck with me because I was talented.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't get me nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Might have got me a free beat here or there. Might have got me a free studio session here or there. But did it compare to anything that I actually paid for and worked for? Hell no. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I really got out of here, like I really paid for it. You know what I'm saying? I really put in the time and the effort and the energy for it. And it might have took me up until this point to just realize that and be able to say it right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it be. Like you're not going.
And I say because you now you have the available platforms where you can actually release your music on the platforms. And a lot of times you get guys, they make songs, they'll put it on Instagram or they'll put it on YouTube and they haven't even filed for their copyrights or stuff like that. So, that's something, that's what he was meaning by, hey, don't just try to be critically acclaimed and famous and popular. And when people see you now, try to make sure you at least putting the stuff out where you can get funds back.
You got to know the business. Like if you don't, like that should be first. Like some of these things should go unsaid. Like if you really, like that's what like for me and my blinders, that's what I got in my blinders. Like my blinders are like, hey, if you don't know some of these things that I feel like you should automatically know just off the jump, like you should know the business part about this. Like if you haven't figured out that you should learn the business side of this after all these stories and after everything that you see.
Mm-hmm.
You're not on the racetrack with us. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to get out there and be secretariat with us. You just a horse at the stable. You know what I'm saying? Like at the stable. Like we really out here trying to get it. So like we already done narrowed down and zoomed in on what really need to be focused on. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things, like the business side of it, and hey, how should I move and how should I do that? Like, yeah, you got to go through all that learning process. And if I feel like you in one of those stages and you really just reaching out trying to gain some knowledge, like, yeah, I'm gonna feed you some game. Like, okay, well, listen, you need to do these steps and you need to continue to focus and get to here so you can be laser focused. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you got to take care of all this extra stuff, but we got to get you here. You know what I'm saying? So I see what you're doing. I hear what you're saying. Let's get you here. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm here and I can't go back to here, but I can help you get up here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're not in that category, then you just out here just still fluttering around. Oh, I didn't know I need to know about all this. Oh, I didn't know I needed to. I just be rapping, bro, or I just be all
Yeah.
right. Well, you keep doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't know how to get into somebody's DMs and put your, or you don't know how to get out here, and you know what I'm saying? Like somebody was rapping to me the other day, and it was like, I hear what you're saying, bro. Like it's like two people, really. It's two people that come to me, and you know they kind of get some advice, I guess you would say, and it's like I hear what y'all be saying, you know what I'm saying, but you still out here. You know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't really be saying that no more, or you shouldn't be still caught up on that no more, or you
Right,
should
right, right.
be asking questions like that no more. Like you should be up here somewhere. Like I ain't expecting everybody to be here where everybody, you know what I'm saying, need to be yet. Everybody's on their own time and path. But like if for me, my perspective, if I'm judging you off of what I hear and what I see and how you move, I have a certain expectation of you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so my expectation of you is that you should be able to do this, that, and the third. And once I see that you're not comprehending or you're not able to put these things together, now I'm looking at you like, okay, well, now there's something that you're not really putting together. Because if I was in your position and I had what you had at that point in time, I would be able to do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Or I've already experienced doing this, that, and the third. So what's going on? I ain't the smartest person out there, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound, however that may sound, but that's just how literally my mind be working. So like, but for me, it's not coming from a malice place. It's just I'm so laser focused on where I'm trying to get to. Going like this gonna throw me so far off track that you know what I'm saying. The catch up is gonna be, it's not gonna be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, the
I'm
kitchen will be too watery.
still.
So, Amir, man, I before we end the show tonight, I want to definitely first say thank you, man, for being here. But I want to make sure I get that in, you know what I'm saying, before anything else, before I go into the next thing, I want to just make sure I gave you your props. Thank you for being here. Thank everybody that tuned in tonight as well. It has been a great show. Everybody from Instagram Live, from to Facebook Live to YouTube Live, definitely appreciate it. Make sure y'all keep supporting. We will be doing these shows on the more frequent basis. This is the first show airing tonight. Definitely want to have Amir here. Great project, great guy, and he's a local native. So we definitely want to make sure we support those because that's what this platform is for. That's why I've named it specifically Richmond Creators and Small Businesses. That way people know this is not only just for creators and small businesses, but I'm actually got a market as far as that I'm supporting. Yeah, everybody's available to be on it. It's open for everybody. But this market is this market I'm supporting, so I want them to make sure that they understand that as well. Uh, Before I end out as well, man, just let the people know before we go what your visions are for your new project and your career that you have, and then let them know the release date for the new album.
Yeah, man. So I mean, the overall goal is just to give y'all, an idea of, again, like I said, how I view things. You know what I'm saying? How I view the world and what's going on. That's going to be the main focus for anything that I ever put out. You know what I'm saying? Visually, musically, uh, you know, anecdotally. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just going to be. Uh, what I'm seeing, how I'm feeling, what I'm expressing. You know what I'm saying? It's never, a mass picture of what I think everybody else is thinking, or you know what I'm saying, what I think the generality of it is. It's more just me, you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to show people who I am, you know what I'm saying. If I don't get a chance to properly convey that with whatever else you get to take in and consume from me. But yeah, Perspectiva Ars, dropping July 14th. It's my birthday, so you know what I'm saying, it'd be a gift to me from you, to you, if you go ahead and check that out for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a small little thing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta dedicate a whole day to it, but sit back with me for 20 minutes or so, and you know what I'm saying, just check it out. And, let me know what you think about it. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Follow me on Instagram at Amir Jackson Music, AMIR Jackson Music. And you know what I'm saying, shoot me a DM, I'll holler back at you. And if any artists out there, producers want to work, definitely let me know. Shout out my boy C-Dub, new platform. You know what I'm saying? Glad to be the first one on the show. And always welcome and ready to come back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And is that right there at Amir Jackson Music?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's me.
So definitely, y'all, make sure y'all go check out my dude, man. He's definitely doing big things. We definitely want to support him. And be looking for the next show I will be having coming up soon. We'll be having Making Moves with Monique. We'll have Big Bang Hank coming up as well. We're gonna have the producer of this great album as well, Concert Music, come. He was actually supposed to be the surprise guest tonight. I was gonna have him pop in on you. And just,
hey man, shout out my boy Concert. I'm surprised I made through the whole show without saying his name. But yeah, man, this is all him. You know what I'm saying? Like he the one that I literally came to him and was like, hey bro, this is how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I want to say. This is what I want to get off my chest. And he was like, all right, bet, I got you. And we made it happen. You know what I'm saying? I had input on, pretty much everything and how it came together. And, you know what I'm saying? Love working with him, man. I told you the last time we had an interview that I was going to do a project with him. And made it happen. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll just tell you, too, what it captivated my mind, too, Amir, because that Dead Prezi.
Yeah.
I had heard I had told him one day, I said, man, let me hear some of your dope tracks, you know what I'm saying? Some of your dope instrumental beats that you were working on. And that was one that he was working on.
Yeah.
And he didn't tell me who it was going to or whatever. And I said, man, I need that track, man. You need to send that to me. Like, oh, bro. He's like, it's already locked in, bro. It's locked in. I was like, hey, bro, that's a hard one there. And then I heard your EP and I heard the Dead Prezi. I said, oh, the right motherfucker got it, man.
Hey man, listen. Hey, if it wouldn't have been me, it had to have been you. You know what I'm saying? But it was a blessing, man, to be able to work with Concert Music, man. And we already got new production going. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't stop, and that's why I love him, bro. Like he don't stop, bro. And like I could be like, hey, bro, come on. He's like, hey, yeah, I'm there. And it's like he'd be there, and then he'd cook, and then he'd be like, damn, he don't stop. You know what I'm saying? So. It was definitely a blessing to work with him, man. I definitely wanted to put a platform on his production and who he is. You know what I'm saying? Again, I got caught up in just talking about some shit. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me for leaving my nigga out, but yeah, man. Concert Music, man. That boy Young Goat out here, man. For real, Man. Everything he do snap. Everything he do snap.
Yes, sir. Well, yes, sir. It's been great, man. It's been great, man. Much love, much respect. You know what I'm saying? Salute. We'll be seeing you soon. We'll definitely be posting your videos and your track, your album on Instagram and Facebook, on all the social media sites as well. This video will be uploaded to YouTube as well. It's on the Facebook Live right now. We'll be uploaded to YouTube shortly, so make sure that, you know what I'm saying, just let people know it'll be there. We'll definitely keep on doing your thing, man. Keep on doing it, man. If you need anything, get at me. Let me know.
Yes, sir. You already know it's love on this side, man. It's already locked in from day one.
That's the bet. Well, everybody, appreciate y'all checking us out, man. This is your boy Chris Dubai. This is the new show, Richmond Creators and Small Businesses, where we are here supporting creators and small businesses. So definitely get in touch with us if you'd love to be premiered on the show. We'd love to have your business here, and we also would love to know who you are so we can support you. So out one more time. We'll see y'all in the next couple of days.
Yeah.